Welcome to How to Future-Proof Your Insurance Business webinar. The insurance sector of Bangladesh has significant potential as the average income and GDP continue to rise. The insurance premium of the industry is expected to grow by just over 7% next year. There is a rising opportunity for the insurance companies to capitalize on this. With this webinar, our objective is to identify insurance innovations and trends that will help insurance companies to maximize their profit, how to give a better customer experience to the end clients of insurance companies. Number 3 is understand how digitalization can help drive revenue and reduce operational expenses, and the regulatory way forward. Are there any new initiatives, regulatory frameworks to look out for in the insurance space? I am Syed Mamnoon Qadir, Managing Director and CEO of Southtech Limited, and a founding member and former Senior Vice President of Basis. We have been in business for more than 25 years and stand witness to the great and wonderful changes in our fast emerging Bangladesh. Today, we have with us Mr. Muhammad Shah Alam, Director of Insurance Development and Regulatory Authority, otherwise IDRA, Bangladesh. He is an accomplished public administrator focused on insurance, focused on grievance and redress systems, GRS, in other words, with vast experience in life insurance, R&D, and Central Rating Committee. He is currently a member of the implementation team of Unified Messaging Platform. Welcome, Mr. Alam. It's nice to have you on in this webinar. We also have with us Mr. Abdul Kalam Azad, Senior Vice President and Head of IT, Guardian Life Insurance Limited. He is a pioneer in IT infrastructure development and automation for the insurance industry in Bangladesh, with experience in business contingency and disaster recovery planning. He introduced the first digital insurance platform in Bangladesh. Welcome, Mr. Azad. It's nice to have you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
And last but not least, we have Mr. Ramprasad Sanjivi, Executive Director of iNube Software Solutions Pvt Limited. Ram is a passionate insurance tech leader with deep insurance knowledge of the insurance sector, with a wide breadth of experience across multiple functions. Ram is an associate of the Chartered Insurance Institute and has been associated with the insurance industry for over 20 years. Welcome, Mr. Sanjivi.
Thank you so much,
nice
Mr.
to have you.
Said. Thank you so much.
Nice to have
Happy
you.
to be a part of this discussion.
Brilliant to have you all. I would actually begin this webinar now with a few questions, in fact, and I hope that I will be able to get some really interesting viewpoints from your end. Given that the COVID has changed our lives very significantly, so I would like to start with a question. How has COVID-19 impacted the insurance industry, and what trends are expected as a result of it? Let me start with Mr. Azad. Can you please briefly explain your thoughts?
Thank you, Mr. Said. Thank you very much. Good evening, and thanks to Southtech to arrange a discussion event on such important issues. I'm very much excited to talk as a speaker of today's event, where the Honorable Member of IDRA, Mr. Ram, Executive Director of iNube, and here the insurance colleagues and the other fintechs, managing directors, CEOs, and other insurance staffs is there. Actually, the pandemic comes to us as sudden scare for world economy. Insurance industry in Bangladesh also impacted, and the main cause was that the traditional practices of the insurance business. The business acquisition process, manual customer service, and the offline products are the major issues, I think, for that. All of you know that before pandemic, most of the insurance product was sold by producer or agent. The product was limited with endowment and savings, car and fires, etc. When the COVID-19 was started, the producer could not go out to make a sale. As a result of that, the business became stopped. As the middle lower class people are the major clients, I mean, major customer segment for the life insurance. They are feeling uncertainty to survive. So they did not feel interest on insurance investment. During the lockdown, the banks and the others offices was closed. RMG's RMG's production was closed. Shipment, export, also the same. The manual customer services was hampered. Claim payments and submission was impacted. So there was no new business, no customer supports, no collection against insurance. Result of that, the renewal business also impacted. Then during pandemic or post-pandemic, the industry realized an online platform or digital transformation should be introduced like other countries of the world. So process should be automated and it should be technology driven. Diversified products should be launched where will no such dependencies of agents, manual sales. Few out of 80 insurance companies started to develop the business acquisition process, customer service platform digital. Digital product also introduced. ADC, corporate agents, insurance partners started onboarding. So the expected trends can be defined as, according my view, insurance industry have to adopt technology for digital transformation, their business acquisition for less dependence on sales force. Back office automation, I mean AI, ML, machine learning and machine language can be introduced for example, certain claim can be processed automatically by the software using the AI. Underwriting process can be done automatically using the software. Collection and payments through digital channels using mobile banking, banks, bank transfer, and payment gateway, etc. New and diversified products should be launched. Insurance can form a product innovation team. RMGs, e-commerce, mobile operator, and NGOs, etc. can be the insurance partner, can be the clients, can be the agents here. As we expected, as Mr. Said said, that 7+% growth on insurance revenue for the next upcoming year, and our GDP contribution should be increased. So insurance company expected corporate agents, bank assurance products, travels, RMGs, NGOs to work together to achieve the goal. So that's the view from my point of view, actually.
I think overall in 2020 there has been a negative growth in the industry.
Yeah,
it's generally, therefore, insurance companies have had a bad time.
sure.
Generally. Mr. Sanjivi, what are your thoughts on this?
Thank you for asking this question, Mr. Syed. Very relevant question. In my view, there are both. There's a negative impact, of course, of COVID, which all of us are aware. In insurance industry is not alone. Many other sectors have been badly impacted. Insurance too has been impacted. But there are also some positives. First, let me talk about the negative impact of COVID. Firstly, like Mr. Azad mentioned, there is a big impact on the life insurance industry. There's a lot of uncertainty in the minds of customers, and also the way the traditional insurance companies operate, the way they reach out to customers and try to, sell policies. This has changed, and this has been severely impacted because of the lockdowns imposed by governments, and that is the reason why there is a contraction, and the new business policies have come down quite drastically. New business for life insurance companies, especially. Similarly, on the travel sector, travel insurance is completely come to a standstill. That is again because of lockdowns which have been imposed. So hardly any sales of travel insurance policies. So these two sectors, sub verticals under the insurance, have been badly impacted, in my view. Also on the claim side, because of the rapid increase in COVID cases, the claim systems and claim processes have been severely stressed. And there's a huge pileup of claims, health insurance claims, And that is the reason the industry is stressed out in managing and processing these claims and paying these claims in time. There has been a delay in processing the insurance claims. That's another big impact which the industry has seen. On the positive side, there is the digital model. Insurers who have adopted the digital model have been able to transition easily to work from home and digital mode of selling for the distribution. Their impact is less, though it's not zero. Their impact is far lesser. And this is the first time there was an opportunity to test a model, a digital model, a complete work from home model. And that opportunity has opened up many avenues for insurance companies to rethink on how the business can be done. And this has resulted in a lot of cost savings for insurance companies. Many of the expensive real estates have been closed down, and people have easily transitioned to hybrid way of working, not complete work from home now, though economies have opened and many of the offices are back in full swing. Some of the insurance companies have adopted a hybrid model, which is helping them to save a lot of time and money. And also from the employee's point of view, there is a good work-life balance because they don't have to travel to office every day. And also they get a lot of time, family time for them to enjoy. So that's why I see this both as a negative and a positive impact.
So what you're saying is that, there are certain companies who were in fact not really exactly prepared for COVID, but they were actually prepared with better technology. And hence they were able to capitalize on what they already had. So that was a boon for them. And of course, now that we have practiced working from home, I would imagine that, this trend will continue in the future as well.
Yes, it is going to be a hybrid model. Yes.
Yeah, it is going to be a hybrid model. Yes. I would now like to take this question to Mr. Alam. Do you feel that there is an urgency for automation amongst your members?
Yes.
আপনি একটু বলেন যে আপনাদের যে মেম্বার যারা আছেন ওনারা কি আসলে এখন বুঝতে পারছেন যে অটোমেশন না করলে পরে ওনাদের আসলে ভবিষ্যতে সমস্যা হবে? কি মনে হয় আপনার?
এখন তো অটোমেশন না করলে প্রবলেম, এটা আমাদের মেম্বার কি আমরা তো সবাই রিয়েলাইজ করে। জাস্ট I have something to say about this firstly, then I can answer your questions. Good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for having me in today's event. I'd like to thank Southtech and other relevant institutions and persons who organized today's event. Today's topic is very much relevant considering in current situation of insurance industry. Before going to the main topic, I am just giving glimpses into the insurance industry of Bangladesh. Total market comprised of 164 million populations, thousands of plus medium and small industry, 4 million of transportation. All the basic elements, those need to be covered by insurance. But the reality is that only minuscule portion of that are taking various insurance products. Therefore, there is various insurance products. Therefore, that is huge protection gap in our industry. So, a huge opportunity to enhance the foothold of the insurance coverage. In contrast of the opportunity, there is a huge disappointment surrounding us when we find that industry is not functioning well. There are multiple reasons are responsible for the plight of the industry, including technology. Increased industry as a whole is lagging behind compared to the other segment in a financial sector in adopting technology. In my views, in various fields, technology is needed to adopt by the insurer to ensure the accountability, customer satisfaction, cost-effective operation, and long-term of them. I believe that there are some areas where technology can impact immediately. They are selling products through online, receiving agent license from IDRA through online instead of current manual system, modernizing customer care services with advanced technology, maintaining financial data through automated system, which enable insurer to predict future cash outflows, cash inflows and outflows. This will enable insurer to manage funds in better way. Technology to reduce operating cost or management expenses of the industry. Ideally it has been giving policy support to all insurers within the purview of the Insurance Act to provide the best and affordable services to the policyholders. Future of insurance industry will be tech-based industry, and Bangladesh government and World Bank invested Taka 632 crore to strengthen the state-owned JVC, SVC, BIA, and IDRA. The project name is Bangladesh Insurance Development Project. A major portion of this project is allocated to the IDRA, and technology is the major component where maximum amount of money will be invested. Steps to be taken in future for insurance industry. Technology inclusion is a milestone for insurance industry in Bangladesh for both life and non-life insurance sector. Most of the Asian countries in insurance penetration is high because they use technology in their insurance sector. Present demand for insurance key factors: a captive large market and strong branding, simplification product design, focus on both quality and quantity, offer multiple tiers of insurance to customer. The product should be introduced life, health, accident, crops, education, travel, cattle, etc. Deal with loyalty model offset with suitable digital sales. Above these functions are key factors successfully done by using technology or inclusion technology based system, because all products of insurance industry are intangible. So people, process and technology, these three things include in this sector. So we should inclusion technology in insurance sector or industry.
Thank you. That's great
business
overview.
process. Our business process allows new product, demand centric and distribution model, claim settlement incorporated with technology. Facing the challenges with work simplification and new innovation, development of each infrastructure by adoption of each systems, prepare stop digital platform and apps. So our in the viewpoint of our regulatory authority, we realize if the sector will vibrant or dynamic, we should use technology-based or technology-based system in this sector. Our members and chairman and other colleagues realize that there is no alternative without automation system in this sector. So we are working automation system by this project BSDP, and thus we are connected all private and public insurance industry, including BIA, Bangladesh Insurance Academy, in this system. So we are trying our best to develop a techno-based insurance industry in our country. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. That was very encouraging to hear that some serious steps are being taken by IDRA, and together I think there will be some changes, very serious changes in the next few years, I would imagine.
Yeah.
I would actually like to thank you for your thoughts, actually, all of you. I would actually like to ask a second question, which is actually that Bangladesh being an export and agriculture driven economy, are there any regulatory benefits for insurers to secure businesses in these sectors? if Mr. Alam, if you would actually mention, you have actually also already mentioned that some of the steps have been taken in this regard. What about specifically on the agriculture sector? Can you say something about whether there are
we are introducing crop insurance in a pilot basis. In some company started crop insurance pilot basis, and if they are success, then we introduce this crop insurance in total insurance industry. Our export-oriented business totally insurance covered. However, it is the second biggest GDP contributor, but this sector currently does not under in the insurance coverage. So we are trying to this sector by a crop insurance introduce in whole insurance industry like non-life insurance.
Have you considered the possibility of having alternative delivery channels through partnerships? For example, if banks or microfinance institutions could sell insurance products, would you consider that as part of regulation?
Yeah, we are considering bank assurance, and we are working hardly on this topic. Bank insurance is, we are ensure bank insurance, then insurance industry will go ahead.
Yes. But is this now possible right now? It is not possible. You have to change the regulation on this.
Right now, this is not possible, but we are trying in a short time, or we are introduce this system. We are working hard to introduce bank assurance in this sector.
So that's also very encouraging. That's nice to hear. That. Mr. Sanjivi, would you actually give us some thoughts in this area?
Yes, I think this is a very good step. I think Mr. Alam mentioned about running a pilot on crop insurance. See, India, I just take a comparison to India. India is again has a very large agricultural economy, and to encourage the rural sector, there's a big outlay provisioned in the budget every year towards agriculture, and a large portion of this goes to agricultural insurance, crop insurance. And the way it works is there is a scheme which is run by the government of India, and this scheme entails the farmers to actually enroll the cooperative banks, which are actually funding the agricultural sectors. They actually enroll the farmers, and then the benefits are distributed through the cooperative banks. It works as an insurance scheme wherein the crop insurance, whenever there is a lower yield or there are weather diversities, and there is a result of crop loss, and for the farmers, there is a mechanism in which the insurance companies automatically pay out claims to the farmers. These benefits are passed on to the farmers, and it is provided through an insurance scheme. There are many, almost about all the major general insurance companies in India participate in the agricultural insurance scheme, and they have to bid for it, and it's made very competitive. And then the servicing is done through the insurance companies and cooperative banks which are operating. I think that model is well established. And iNube as a company, we have provided an end-to-end system for facilitating agricultural insurance. So right from underwriting to operations to claims, all these capabilities are available in our platform. And this is today used by about 7 insurance companies in India.
So basically what you're saying is that in India, cross-selling is now allowed, and it has been so for quite some time.
Yes, yes.
Right, so which is something that is required in Bangladesh too. So for the regulators to take notice of that. Okay, we now do a quick poll on the audience's choice of sales channels. So if this is the question: is in the post-COVID situation, would you prefer, what would be your preferred top sales channel? So you've got digital channels and you've got agents and brokers and direct sales. So if you've got 60 seconds, I would say 30 seconds, because this is very simple. So if you can actually just choose your, the options that you choose. I think we have found 5 people actually answering or giving their thoughts on this. They would choose digital channels. Oh, there are some others as well. Agents and brokers, somebody has said. Okay. I don't see anybody actually picking direct sales. Oh, we have somebody saying direct sales as well. Shall we close that now, or some more coming? Okay. I've got 8 out of 9. Okay, who is actually suggesting a digital channel? So basically, digital channels is what they would prefer, obviously, because the case is pretty strong in his favor. So now that we have the polls, let's actually discuss on this now, shall we?
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts, Mrs. Sanjivi?
So yes, I mean, it was an expected.
Digital channels is basically, yeah, this is what is expected as well. Yeah.
Yes. Considering the pandemic, I mean, before the pandemic, I guess the responses would have been a lot different. But I think considering how pandemic has impacted all of us, I think digital is the way to go for majority of the insurance business, both in terms of policy selling as well as for servicing. So there are multiple technologies available, and these technologies are coming to fore now. We have a big uptick in the agency solution, digital agency solution as well. So we have a solution called Policy Live, which has been used by about 8 large insurance companies. And these companies have actually enabled their agents to actually sell policies using a front end. So this sits on top of the core insurance system of insurance companies, and it helps the agents to actually digitize the data and then issue the policy instantly for the customers. And this has been, we've seen that COVID has increased the necessity of this, and agent is able to remotely also call the customers and then enable capture all the details. And we have a provision where a link can be sent, a payment link can be sent to the customer, and the customer can, the customer need not disclose all the credit card details and payment details to the agent directly. They can privately enter these details and submit it back where the payment gets added on. So this, we have seen there is a big uptake of this solution. And likewise, there are multiple other solutions, like we have seen live video streaming, which is also coming into play now. A lot of insurance companies are using this for underwriting and claims purposes. And so it helps the insurance company to actually avoid the need of somebody going to the customer's place and doing the inspection or verification and then submitting the details back. It's all done remotely from the back office. And this has changed the game for many insurance companies. And definitely these aids available in technology can be leveraged for providing these digital channels.
Right. So, however, to do all of that, you actually need a core insurance system, right? I mean, without that, you can't do all of that. So you need a core insurance system that can have other satellite systems plug into it, so that you can have, instantaneous KYCs, instant payment systems, all integrated into one solution.
Absolutely,
right?
absolutely. So now, Absolutely. The industry is tending towards API-enabled systems. Even the core insurance systems have to be, I mean, everything, one system cannot cater to all of these. There is an acceptance in the insurance industry that there has to be a core insurance system, and there are multiple surround or satellite systems which have to support different business processes to enable that digital sales and digital servicing. So for this, the API enablement is very important. And the core insurance system also should start having API, exposing APIs, because that will be the mother system holding all the data. So yes, very rightly said, including KYC and other things will have to have integrations, and this will make the process very seamless.
Mr. Azad, would you comment on this particular poll?
Yeah. Actually, I'm not get the opportunity to participate on the poll.
Oh, unfortunately. Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay.
but I definitely vote on the digital channels, of course, as Ram and as you said that the digital channel is the hot cake nowadays, because as you know, post pandemic we learn how to work from home, or how to purchase product from e-commerce, such like technology we have already adopted. So why not the insurance policy here? So it's very glad to know that the few of the life insurance company also started the online sale, and they designed their product such a way that the customer can easily get the quotations and to purchase the policy through online, and they get the scopes to verify their EQIC through the NID servers, and they can scope to make the payments through online. And, and it's our hope that some insurance company already developed online claim submission process, so that the clients can easily submit their claims through online. So it's all about digital transformations, and they can get the claims through online. I mean, the insurance company works the back office operations. I mean, the claim processes through the softwares. I mean, through digitally, so they can reimburse the payments to the clients directly to their banks or their wallet or mobile wallet. So this is the benefit. I mean, and definitely I will prefer the digital channel is the most sellable channel for this post-COVID situations.
Excellent. I think that is how it is going to be even post-COVID. I mean, COVID has taught us that we need to really be more efficient, make best use of technology. Since it has already now made its way, I'm sure that in the future it is also going to be how business is going to be done in the future.
Yeah. So I just add with your point that sorry to interrupt you, that the core system should be there, and the APIs plugin scope should be there to make the enable to such types of facilities to the customers to enrich the digital channels.
I thank you very much for that feedback. It's completely in line with my thoughts too. I now actually move on to a third question that I have for you. What are the top 3 challenges in the current insurance practice that insurers face today? If I can start off with any one of you, maybe Mr. Azad, you can actually say from your own experience, the top 3 or the biggest challenges that you face or the industry faces, not specifically you, because I think you are pretty much ahead of everybody else. So I'm not going to ask you this, but no, from your industry colleagues, what are the 3 biggest challenges faced today?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Said. Actually, I'm not defining the dependencies or lack within 3 points, but I will try. I will open my point of view, and you can summarize what 3 are the major challenges. So I think the lack of product innovation team or manpower is the biggest challenge here, because the insurance business was started, I think, 30 or more years ago in Bangladesh. So we are working with the same types of product as I answered in my first question to you, that savings, the endowments, the car, the fire. That's it. So the product was not, the new product was not come like the requirements of the age, requirements of current technology. So digital transformation with diversified product is lack here, and data availability for upselling and cross-selling, as the core systems or the data capturing system is not so so a strong way to proven data is not there. So process automation was not established, and digital transformation is challenged here. It's because of agile development with the existing IT team, or without following the proper software development methodology, also a challenge. So no such business contingency plan to face the pandemic. Most of the life insurance company stopped their work because there was no digital channel. So without the digital channel, without the aggregator, without the partner, so the business, they cannot run their business. So no such business contingency plan I will make here. Tested insurance software or core insurance system is a challenge here also. It is the challenge for industry, but few companies are working very good because they have the core system very well, good core system, and it's tested, and the system is capable to plug in the APIs and add some new features as they want, and this is the customizable, so how can I say, and they easily can plug in the new system with this system. Yeah.
What do you think about, do the insurance companies have any budgetary constraints of actually introducing core insurance systems in place? What is your thought?
Yeah, it's true, because the insurance company has limited allowable expenses, because they if the for core system they have to invest lots of money. It's not possible at a time. So SaaS or other model can be implemented here. Because for a core insurance system, the cost is very much high. I think, and the insurance company can invest here only the initial stage of this company formation. Because when they run their business, or when they run their process of business for certain years, or for 10 or more years, it will be not possible to implement it such types of core system with their existing data and other challenges there also.
Right. I would actually now take that question. Thank you very much for your thoughts on that. I would actually like to ask our Mr. Alam, do you have any constraints or restraints? Do you actually restrain the insurance companies to spend on automation? Is there any restriction as to how much they can actually spend on technology?
Yeah, actually, there are some restriction or obstacles from the viewpoint of the companies. Many of the companies are not ready to digital platform. They have no IT support, and there are many challenges regarding this issue on companies' viewpoint. That is non-compliance of the insurers, where distrust among people and lack of expertise. These are the big challenges, and we are trying to recover this position or these obstacles by introducing eKYC, e-receipt, online selling, agent digital platform agent license on digital platform. So that if we introduce the agent license on digitally and eKYC, etc., then there are for the money. This is the then image crisis of this sector is reused by introducing this digital system in the insurance sector. So we are trying to reduce image crisis or distrust among the people by introducing digital platform in insurance sector.
কিন্তু এখানে আপনাদের কি কোনো বাজেটারি রেস্ট্রিকশন আছে যে একটা ইন্স্যুরেন্স কোম্পানি এত টাকার বেশি খরচা করতে পারবে না? Do you have anything like that?
Management cost, we have the restriction.
Hello? Unmute করতে হবে। Okay, I think somehow it has. He's back.
Life insurance company already introduced digital system such as Guardian Life, Memory Life, or Property Life. They have some digital apps, so that they are very much transparent company, and they create a trust in their client.
Thank you, Alam bhai. I will actually, we are running out of time, so I will actually go to the fourth question. I'll now go to the fourth question, which is, how big a role does technology play today in the adoption of a flawless insurance practice? I will actually ask Mr. Sanjivi to actually speak on this subject, because I think you have seen a lot of the insurance tech, in fact, implementations around the world. So can you please give us some of your experiences to us, on this webinar?
Certainly, Mr. Said. I think it's a very relevant question again. So some of the major trends in the technology space, especially in insurance, is one of the key things is enabling insurance companies, like I mentioned in the previous question. Insurance companies need to be API enabled. A lot of insurance companies have started changing their core insurance systems, because core insurance systems need to be agile now. They need to support multiple digital processes, multiple different innovative processes, which are products which are coming into the market. So there is a shift in the thought process of the insurance companies to API enable the core systems, and majority of the interactions being enabled through these APIs. That is one of the major shifts. The other thing is there is a movement to cloud. Now, seeing how not only because of the COVID, but even for other cost pressures and performance pressures, cloud is more preferred now. 5 years back, the industry started embracing cloud, and now majority of the insurance systems are moving on to cloud. So it started with the non-core systems like the HR applications, like the CRM, etc., which started where the insurance companies started moving these applications to cloud. Now it has also come to the core insurance systems, and the regulators too have been quite open-minded, and they understand the value of moving these systems to cloud. And this is another big shift which is happening in the industry. A lot of insurance companies are moving to cloud, are embracing cloud. And the third thing is the advent of AI ML and the way it is artificial intelligence and machine learning. So a lot of insurance companies are data rich. So there is so much of data which you have about the customers, about the policies, etc., claims, etc. So how does the insurance company leverage this to provide better service and better customer experience? So that is being a lot of AI ML algorithms are coming into the insurance now, and these are enabling quicker turnaround times, and insurance business is becoming more predictable. So they're able to predict which of the customers is most likely to claim, for example, and what should be the appropriate right pricing for a particular motor insurance. For example, these are some of the examples of how AI ML can be leveraged, and this is also taking shape in the industry. And because of the richness of data which is available with the insurance companies, this is possible. And the data science can dig into all this, and it is specific into insurance company. One of the beauties about AI ML is it can be tailored. I mean, it is tailored to the respective insurance company experience. So what what the solutions provided around AI/ML will be specifically applicable for the particular insurance company. And the last point is on the automation. So automation is again taking shape. There's a lot of, again, because of cost pressures and the turnaround times which the insurance companies need to respond to customers, there's a lot of automation required. So for these automations, there are RPAs coming into play now, robotic process automation.
Right.
And then insurance companies are actually deploying bots which will automate some of the manual data entry and then eliminate the need for employing too many human resources for capturing the data. And these bots can work 24/7, which is again a very big advantage for the insurance companies. These are the 4 key things which are happening.
Yeah, excellent, excellent. That's I think very insightful there. Mr. Alam, can you tell us, about the current rules of data transfer? In other words, reporting between the insurance companies and IDRA?
We do not have collect the data, real data in time, so that we cannot send this data in the World Bank for the seat on the World Bank as a annoyed with annotators, and they sometimes they say we withdraw our funds from this project. The insurance industry or insurance does in time they don't their data provided their data in time, so we are unable to see the real picture of the insurance industry in our country, and we just sometimes we find we calculate a regulations or letter the insurers about if they do not provide the data in time, we are bound to find them. And
so do they actually make the reporting manually? In other words, hard copy form?
Yeah.
Or is it digital?
Hard copy or digital. They send data in our email, but and we are collecting this data and we prepare full
your reports.
We prepare the report for the World Bank, and we send the project director, and then the project director will send the report to the World Bank.
Okay. Mr. Azad, thank you very much, Mr. Alam. I would like to now ask Mr. Azad that, you are actually sending your regulatory reports. How do you actually send the regulatory reports to IDRA?
Thank you very much. Actually, IDRA has predefined reports for periodically some reports they are requesting from us, and we have some templates to make these reports, and we send it through mails. And it's our pleasure that IDRA has recently launched the UMP and Unified Messaging Platform, and there we have developed the APIs, and the data is sending there automatically. So if the project runs successfully, then it will get all the required data from their systems and from their templates, and they can generate easily the live from the live systems. So the reportings from my management point of view, we are using some tools to produce the reports, and I think regulatory report is the basic requirements of our management.
Right.
So we're trying to produce these reports automatically rather than sending the mail or the hard copies of the data.
Right. What would be your approach towards IT transformations? Big bang or a piece by piece basis?
Yeah, I will answer it passively, because as Mr. Ram said, the AI, the bots, and the other issues. So I have to say something about this these points.
Sure.
Because as a staffs of IT, so I have to say something about this AI and ML. So we can use the AI, of course, and we will use the ML also, and the bots for the marketing tools as also, and it will be the part of the softwares and the systems. So approach of IT transformations, insurance industry should introduce online platform. First of all, this is the requirements. And for sale insurance product, and the same time should launch customer service app as well, because customer is the first priority here. Insurer should incorporate the EQIC with the NIT servers, payment gateway in the systems, in customer online journey, and we also need the generate EDC team instantly. Some of the companies are already doing such types of facilities for the customers. We have to start digital insurance product. I mean, the platform is digital, but if there is no digital product, then it will not be work successfully. And Mr. Ram said that the data-driven acquisition process, or the existing data is used for new business leads as well. So if we use the AI or the ML, if we use the AI for claim payments automatically from the systems, and the ML for the new business acquisitions or the new business leads, then it will be definitely helpful for our industry. So online claim submission platform should be introduced. It's, as I said in my first answer of the questions, and the product innovation team to design and incorporate it in IT, and ADC channel should be introduced, I think. Because without the partners, without the aggregators, it's not possible to design or implement the agriculture or the export-oriented industry with the insurance. So regulatory can support to the insurer by providing the Bima stamps digitally, because the manual process is there. We sell the insurance product through online, it's true, but for the Bima stamps, we have to print out these documents. Actually, the customer getting their legal documents instantly through the mail, but for the bindings of the Bima stamp, we have to print out these documents again and to put on the Bima stamps over his documents. So if regulatory can support us to provide this Bima stamps, then we can sell, or we can do the business, insurance business online here.
Faster and better. Yes, of course. Yeah, that was very insightful again. Thank you so much for that. I will now have a second poll, which is, which insurance function would you want to automate to reduce cost? Underwriting, claim, verification, or policy insurance? You have got 30 seconds to respond to this one. So let's see how people respond to this. Okay, we have got somebody saying policy insurance, claims verification. Okay. People are voting. Policy insurance, huh? Oh, we've got underwriting as well. So we have got underwriting and policy insurance neck to neck. Did you expect that, Mr. Sanjeevi?
Yes, I think given a chance, all these processes should be automated. So nothing surprising here. So maybe there are fewer claims people on this webinar. So probably that's why it's lagging behind.
Right. So any thoughts on this, Mr. Azad? Any thoughts on this?
Yeah. I expected that there will be options for selecting selecting all of the items.
Yes.
To be effective using automations, all the items should be automated actually to reduce the cost. Because
absolutely.
First of all is the policy assurance. It should be automated automatically. It should be because Otherwise, the maximum cost we have to spend right now is for business acquisitions. I mean, the producers commissions and others development expenses here. So if we got the opportunity to issue the policy through automations or through online, then it will be reduce the cost for the procurement, policy procurement. And the claim verification also the part here. And if we can provide some claims or we can settle some claims online automatically, then it will definitely reduce the cost as well. So for this, as I mentioned earlier, and Mr. Ram also said that AI will be, AI can work very fantastically here. And the underwriting and same thing, once the policy should be, will be issues from online, the underwriting should be from online. So some algorithm or machine ML will be using here, and what some AI can be used here. And again, the policy assurance, in case of policy assurance, we have to reach the customer and we have to respond the customer through the bots that Mr. Ram earlier said. So I think for the three items, we have to work with automations, because the back office, the front office, everything should be automated to reduce the cost. This is my point of view.
Yeah. Absolutely. Also, I think that would improve the customer experience as well, because they can instantly buy your insurance and, you know, get on with it.
Yeah.
Right. Rather than having to actually talk to somebody and so on and so forth. Right.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. Thank you so much. It was very, again, you know, your points are well taken, because, you know, all three are actually necessary. I will now go to my last question. In fact, rising costs is a challenge that the insurance industry is facing at a global level. What are the companies in Bangladesh doing to keep their costs low? And what are the things that we can actually do to reduce these costs? We have already discussed quite a few of these issues, but I think Mr. Sanjivi, if you can actually give us some ideas about, you know, Mr. Azad has already mentioned about AI and machine learning and all that. So if you can actually say something about it, we are running a bit of running out of time. So basically, you can give us some overview about, you know, cost cutting. What are the things that can do, what Bangladeshi insurance companies can do?
Yeah, certainly. I think one of the key points which Mr. Azad made, and this is very relevant to majority of the insurance companies, is how much of Capex that the insurance company can make to procure systems, IT systems, and how much of ROI they can derive out of those Capex deployment. They would rather use that for ensuring more customers, having a better capital base in place to do that. So why invest so much in Capex? So one of the key things that is trending, and also iNube as a company has been pioneering, is the Sas model. Sas model is very relevant to the industry now. So it is a paper transaction. There is no Capex investment required for the insurance companies. And whatever systems are provided, these can be offered on a transactional basis. It is on a subscription basis. But the underlying principle for a SaaS model to be successful is that the insurance companies, there has to be certain uniformity across processes, uniformity across the types of products which the insurance companies offer. And these can be put on a common platform, and certainly the SaaS, the common infrastructure can be leveraged by each insurance company. And also there are new models which are coming. SaaS is typically a multi-tenant architecture. It comes in multi-tenant, but we do understand and realize that insurance companies would be very wary of sharing a common database. So where we have made provisions in our own systems, where majority of the apps can be running on a common IT infrastructure, whereas the database alone is segregated. The database can be segregated for each insurance company. And this way we are able to offer SaaS model to insurance companies as well. So majority of the applications and majority of the new signings that we've done over the last 1 year has been on the SaaS model. And SaaS model, I believe, can help in reducing that cost for the insurance companies, along with automation, which Mr. Azad has already spoken at length about. And
actually, interesting that you mentioned that, because the SaaS model can be initiated within Bangladesh itself, because there could be some regulations regarding hosting something outside Bangladesh. But there are opportunities of actually hosting your solutions in Bangladesh as well. One of the other things that I would like to mention is that, the SaaS model actually does not require a lot of technology experts to be managing your data center. Somebody else does it for you, and it's very secure. So I think that is also another thing that is an advantage.
Yes, it is a hidden advantage. Yes, not only the cost, even the other maintenance part is completely. I mean, the insurance company can rely on the software provider to take care of the maintenance as well, the infrastructure and also the application maintenance.
Right.
And also they get automatic upgrades and things like that in the SaaS model, which is very beneficial and which will directly align to the theme of reducing the costs.
Okay, that's great. I think we are actually running out of time. What I can conclude before I'm in fact opening the floor for questions and answers, I would like to actually make a conclusion here that compared to other countries of the world, Bangladesh is certainly lagging behind in terms of technology and also the coverage, insurance coverage of the population. We have also seen that information technology can play a very significant role in the growth of the insurance sector and addressing issues such as COVID. Also, the main issues that have come out from this discussion, I would think that it is still very much a costly man-to-man interaction for policy issuance and premium collection. I have also heard that there is an urgent need to automate insurance companies to reduce costs and increase coverage. Regulations could be introduced for alternative delivery channels, such as doing cross-selling through banks and such other organizations, which would help reach out to the agricultural sector. I think I have also heard that digitization of data is a prerequisite for advanced application of technology. I think you've also mentioned the cloud, which will reduce costs and the headache of running your own data center. And to be ready for the future, you need to have a core insurance system with easy APIs and plug-ons to connect to satellite systems such as KYC, payment systems, etc. Have I covered, I think, most of the things that we have discussed? Have I done that? I think we've got just about 10 minutes left for questions. Have I left out anything which is actually significant? Mr. Sanjeevi, Mr. Azad? Mr.
Yeah, I think you've covered the majority of the points.
Yeah, you have covered the majority issues. You have also mentioned the regulatory, what can do the regulatory for us to expand our business and for the innovation. Right. And I have mentioned on item, I just recall here the digital BMI stamps and the ADC and the corporate agents, and the aggregator. It should be permitted by the regulator. We will request regulatory have the honorable member is here. So
right, indeed,
allow the insurance company to expand their business and to support the GDP contributions from the insurance industry.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you very much. I will actually open. I've got a few questions already. I think I'll just read it out in the chat box. It says, a recent study of the Bangladesh insurance industry shows that a lack of awareness and slow claim settlement are the top two factors that need to be worked upon in the industry. So that steps are the insurance companies taking to improve the same. Okay, so have I made that clear? A recent study of the Bangladesh insurance industry shows that the lack of awareness and slow claim settlement are the top two factors that need to be worked upon. What are your thoughts on that, Mr. Azad?
Yeah, very relevant questions, but from the program, we do not mention such types of issues that facing the insurance company, the image crisis and the claim settlement issues. But I'm very much
general.
Yeah,
In general, in Bangladesh, what is actually, I mean, this is basically what the recent study shows, but in general, what is your thought on this?
yeah, generally, nowadays, the claim settlement ratio is very much high, I think, regarding the previous or past. So the regulatory also help or regulatory also impose the insurance company to pay out the claims timely. And we the insurance company have to report periodically to the ITRA how much claim we have to pay, how much claim we have to reject, and how much are pending for that. And for the information, for the kind information, I'll say for some insurance company are paying 97% or higher insurance claim payments here. So I think the crisis is not long. It's not right now. The crisis is not presence right now, because the most of the insurance company is providing the claims in time.
Thank you. I have Mr. Sanjivi. Would you like to address would you like to answer that?
No,
In
I think
Bangladesh, of course, I mean,
the-
you know, the technology will help that anyway.
Yeah, technology would help, but what I would also like to add is, I mean, I think the regulator can play a role in increasing the awareness. The first part of the question was on the awareness. I think the regulator can certainly play a role in increasing the awareness, the benefits of insurance to the general public, especially to the rural sector, where Bangladesh has been pioneering in microfinance. And I think these channels can be used very well to distribute insurance as well and increase the awareness.
Yeah, regulator is working actually. Regulator is working, and their engagement is very much appreciated right now, because they are engaging the clients, and they're engaging the insurer to overcome this crisis.
I've got another question which says that how technology is going to play a role in insurance business generation as well as claims management, including fraud detection. Mr. Sanjeevi, would you enlighten?
Yeah, certainly. I think fraud is another area that we haven't touched upon, but I think the industry is also having a lot of leakage due to fraudulent claims. And there is definitely technology. There's multiple technologies available. One of the simple ones is the business rule engine, which the insurance companies can leverage. They can simply configure fraudulent fraud scenarios, and as and when there are transactions which are hitting the system, it can automatically flag these cases. And there are also these can also be mobility driven. There can be mobile apps available for the insurance investigators to actually go on a real time. Today you have the world of Uber, and where things are you can actually assign the near closest available person. The same way the insurance industry can have investigators on the field who can actually go to the location and then identify whether it's a fraudulent case or a genuine case, and flag it off to the insurance companies instantly. So there are multiple ways of addressing fraud, and this is one of the simple ways. Of course, AI/ML is the technology to be used for this, which can do prediction based on the various parameters on whether a particular claim which is coming in has a propensity of fraud, and these can be taken up for further investigations. A combination of these can be done. But to start with, for all these, I would like to make another statement here. From a technology point of view, there's an underlying need for digitizing the data. So unless if the data resides in physical files, we cannot be using that. It cannot be put to use. So the insurance companies should make an effort to actually convert this data to a digital format. So once the data comes into a digital format and is available in the database, it can be leveraged in multiple ways. So fraud, automation, these are some of the things which are byproducts of this. So the foundation has to be built, is what I would say.
I've just got time for just one more question. Thanks for organizing this webinar, which is really very useful. Present, okay. Automation, most of the tasks of the insurance companies are absolutely needed to bring accuracy, transparency, and to protect the interests of the stakeholders, which is just a comment, I suppose.
Yeah.
Certainly, we agree with that. I think we have a few other questions there as well, but unfortunately we have run out of time. So what I will do, I will actually keep these questions and individually allow you to respond to these questions, through email. Okay, so with that, I would like to thank the panel speakers here. It has been very insightful. I think it was as for me, I learned a lot of things from all of you there. And I think the industry has also learned how they can actually move forward and, make their business future-proof. With that, thank you very much and good evening to you all.
Thank you, Mr. Zad.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Azad. Thank you, Mr. Shah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Pleasure. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you,
sir.
sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.